Hi Capricorn. Welcome back to Moonrise Cottage for your March 2017 Soul Tarot reading. I'm using the Celtic Wisdom Tarot developed by Caitlin Matthews. And those of you who have stopped by the channel in the past know the incredible beauty and power of these cards. I am clairvoyant, clairaudient, clairsentient, for those of you that are new here. And I have the capacity to travel back and forth across the veil, often in tandem with other individuals for a soul journey. And as my progress here in this plane has been challenged and moved forward, I have finally come to a place where I am ready to make this, as much as I possibly can, my full-time endeavor, because it's, it's where I live, so to speak, and nothing makes me happier. So I decided to come to YouTube, even though I have no tech skills and all that, I'm learning as I go, because I got messages over a significant amount of time, including a vision that came through, to join the web. And that's the message I kept hearing, join the web. And I was interpreting as the web of life and furthering my efforts. And finally I realized, no, Spirit was telling me, get on the web. So here I am, and I want to thank everyone for the enormous amount of love and support that is flowing back to me. If you would like a personal reading, you will find my email address at the description underneath this video. And so I'd like to jump in. You'll see me touching the cards. That is how I help bring the messages through. And before we start, I want to tell you, I am feeling an enormous amount of emotion sitting in front of these cards. And my voice is sort of almost cracking because you know how when tears well up in your throat, so to speak. Something very significant has shifted. I can feel it. And it brings to me this much emotion because I know what Capricorns have been through. I have journeyed with several across the veil in very spontaneous ways, and I want to, the message that is coming through, part of why I'm feeling tearful is because of the amount of compassion. It is the love of compassion that is being forwarded to you, with which you have been journeying since Pluto went into your first house in 2008. And so Spirit continues to urge me to give that message forward. And with every Capricorn with whom I have journeyed, that has been the case. So, Capricorn, you know what you've been through. It has not been a small journey. And at the center of your reading, giving it energy, giving it light, giving it power, and acknowledgement is the king of skill. Woo! Boy, I'm an emotional being, but I'll tell you what, this is very overpowering, the emotion coming through here. And it's an emotion of relief in part, because you've been through so much, and Spirit is telling you that things are different. You are different. You are very strong in yourself now. This is the king of skill, standing over the top of your reading, giving it energy, giving it power, giving it light, and giving it direction. And so you are being accompanied in a way that now is, okay, I'm hearing an odd phrase, I'm just going to say it. From leadership and with leadership, through leadership. I'm hearing a lot of, describers about this kind of leadership. And Spirit is saying, the point of this journey, of this incredibly difficult journey that turned you inside out and caused you to regestate while alive, walking here on the earth, you literally went through some kind of death and rebirth. And it is true, I'm an earth sign, so I resonate deeply with Capricorns, and I have many Capricorn friends, and we love each other dearly. And although I have had my own challenges, it's been nothing, literally, compared to what Capricorn has gone through. And some of the journeys that I took with some of those people, basically, this was the message that came through over and over again. You are going to regain your place, Capricorn. You're coming home to yourself. And I believe we are at, here in 2017, the first step in that journey. You are being reminded and you are being assured that you are here. That is what I keep hearing. You are here, okay? Do you see this beautiful body of water and the golden light in the sand outside the window? I had a dream once about a scene reflected here. And it actually was a dream about somebody coming home to themselves. It was very, very powerful. And so you are at work in your own life. Let me show this to you. You're back in your workshop. And you are there at the top of your game. That's the phrase I'm hearing. You see the blue apron? You've been transformed. You are now at home in yourself. And you are taking up your work. And you know, part of what I'm hearing is this is new. This is a new set point for you. It's where you came from on some level because you're a Capricorn, right? We know that about you. But you've returned. You have come home and you are at work. And I am incredibly thrilled to see that. So I'm sorry I'm yakking on a little bit, but the emotion that I feel is very intense. So that is what is overlying your reading, giving it energy and direction. And let's see what is at the center, the place where you're going to be working. Oh, look at that, Cappy. This just puts so much joy in my heart. The King of Knowledge. Look, the King of Knowledge and the King of Skill, side by side. You're coming through, Cappy. You know what? Spirit is saying to me, coming through. Excuse me, you have arrived. And two messages, right? There's still a ways to go. Pluto is still in your first house, but that journey is shifting this year. And I believe there is a desire to forward that message to you in a very strong way, to give you hope and to give you heart through a type of messaging that will confirm for you this, what we see visually. Okay, so the King of Knowledge. And I believe that is coming to you because of what you have gained on the inside through this incredible hero's journey that you have been on. Do you see this blue garment? This is about recreation and sacred shift and change. You know, it's funny. I keep getting messages in the background about rebirth, and I just heard what the word that came through was reincarnation. And again, I think we'll see what goes on as the cards come out, but I believe it's a message about, as I said, being reincarnated. Last month, if you didn't see the video for last month, go check that out if you have a few minutes. One of the cards that came out was the card about regestating and being reborn in this waking, walking life. So the King of Knowledge and the King of Skill, I think the message is pretty obvious. This person is sitting on their rightful throne, abundant, sure of themselves, having created what they want. Do you see the fire? This is about the eclipse that just happened. Yeah, I'm getting a nudge. Okay, so that's the message with this. The eclipse that just happened created a ring of fire in the sky. And that ring of fire, I'm hearing the word burnt away. Okay, that's the phrase I'm hearing. Burnt away, in great measure, those challenges turned to smoke. They were offered and sacrificed and released through the fire of that eclipse. So again, if you haven't seen the video about the eclipses, I'm urging you to watch them. Something very important happened. And what I'm getting is that this is the moment that you've been waiting for, where things begin to shift for you, and in a very impressive way. This is not about small increments. You are leaping forward and coming home to your rightful place with your skills intact and your knowledge deepened and solidified. Okay? Let's see what's here on the human. There you go. Look at that. See? this is the soul. And you're being told that your soul has been on a significant journey. While you have been under the weight, that's the word I'm hearing, under the weight of the challenges that you met. Your soul, as you slumbered in some way, as you were forced to sit through or submit is the word I'm getting. Submit to the things that were happening to you and around you. Your soul literally lifted and went through a portal onto its own journey. And do you see the sacred spiral of life above the head there? The soul has its back to this realm. Because of your entrapment, is the word I'm hearing, in these struggles. It went out into the universe, seeking its own answer, seeking its own journey. And a new adventure. And perhaps part of what you have experienced in these last years is a separation of your soul from your body. You may have felt separated from yourself in some way. And I know some Cappies for whom that is true, and some who have separated themselves from the life they built in order to have a new adventure. This is a general reading, so depending on your circumstances. So let's see. So this is the first placement here in the line that talks about your human journey. So let's see what's next to it. Okay, Spirit's telling me flip this. Give me a moment, Cappy. I believe that the message in these cards this month, it's about acknowledgement. I believe. We'll see. I could be wrong, but I'm feeling a settled form of energy and a quiet. There is a place of quiet for you now. There's an acknowledgement that you went in this journey. I think what's happening is we're kind of doing a review. That's what I'm seeing in the cards. Okay, so we'll see if I'm correct. I always get corrected if I'm wrong. So you went on this incredible soul journey. You were forced to go into some very difficult situations. The type of situation that has impossible odds, and that, in a sense, no one would ever expect to have success and to be able to meet the challenges in any way other than failure. This is the combat of knowledge. And so you have been doing battle in so many ways. Do you see the fire? Do you see the passion? You see the passion of this woman's garment? Heavily pregnant. Heavily pregnant. That's the message about what your life has been while you've been trying to meet your goals. Very interesting. And chaste, in a way. I'm hearing a lot of words are coming through, so I'm going to try to encapsulate. If you don't know the story behind this card, it's a story about a woman who was compelled through a wager that her husband made to run a race against a horse while heavily pregnant. And, what could be more ridiculous than that? Let's face it. On a human level, there's no chance. There's literally no chance for success. However, she won because of her will, because of her passion, because of some magical assistance. She reached her goal. Okay? And that's what you've been going through. You are reaching your goals. The sun is coming up. And your passion, you are very passionate, Capricorn. It is because of your passion for life that you held on and you kept going. And here in this card, interestingly enough, again, another message, I think. This is the quest of battle. There is a deep acknowledgement. Do you see a couple things here. In the background, I'm sorry, we're getting some glare off the camera. Off the window. Let's see if I can fix that. In the background, do you see the passion, the crimson color of the shore while you were out on the ocean? Do you see this? souls. A boat full of souls floating in the ocean, trying to reach a destination, journeying in the place that is unknowable. That's the message. And you felt, although you were being accompanied, there are quite a number of people here. This card has a feeling of being lost. And again, sort of like this card, maybe a feeling of potential hopelessness. The message is, in this card, when you come to the place where you have lost everything, or you believe you have lost everything, there comes to you a new set point. And again, I believe that is the message. You're being told, we see on a spiritual level, you have been seen, whether you know it or not, you have been held. And your passage, so your passage through these impossible tasks and this feeling of being lost, your passage was always assured. Because you do have the capacity as the king of skill and the king of knowledge to reach your goals. Do you see this? Look at the enlightened. Look at the expression. Okay? There. I'm sorry. Let's see if we can find a spot where there we go. Do you see the expression there? Wise, knowing, calm, self-assured, no question about ability or position. You have on the blue garment of transformation, and around your shoulders is a green cloak that signifies having been transformed. You are now in a place where new growth will occur, and also at your trousers. Very interesting. Okay, so let's move on. I'm talking a lot. I'm sorry. Sometimes my mouth just is overcome by spirit. There. Okay, that does make me want to burst into tears. Okay, so absolutely, when all is lost, the natural progression because of the triple spiral of life. See this again, remember? Over the head, the triple spiral of life, death, regeneration, decay, rebirth, a new life. This is the story of where you've been. Into the darkness, into the deep dark places where all mystery resides, on the water of life, on the ocean of life. Okay? This is the bridge card that takes you from the human realm across to your spiritual journey, to the advice that is available to you this month. You are at a new place. This is the augury of knowledge. There are several things that are important about this card. Okay? With one hand, light is shining down onto the earth, illuminating your life, actually. And with the other hand, you are touching the stone of sacred knowledge. This is very clearly about what happened at the eclipse of the moon. You have been transformed. You've been in a process of transformation. But another piece of that journey is unfolding now. Because of your bravery. Just see this. You know what? I never noticed that before. That is the all-knowing eye that came through at the new moon on the very same day that we had an annular eclipse that put a ring of fire around the moon. It was actually a new moon, a solar eclipse on the day of the new moon. So something has opened a new way. See this? It's an augury. A very new way, and another piece of your transformation assured. In the place of deep mystery, with the tides and the pull of the moon out in the universe, which is where you have been journeying all this time. It's a lot of years, right? To be on this kind of journey. Let's see what's here. Okay. This is the adventure of battle. There's a lot going on in this card. And this is you. You have on the blue garment of change and the crimson cloak. All right? Sitting in this place, sitting here in the world. This is, again, it's reflective of what you've been going through. Sitting here in the world, from a distance, looks pretty pleasant, doesn't it? Looks like things are kind of okay. The sun is coming up in the background. That's always a good sign. However, this person, we can't see their face. And you look a little bit concerned. You have protective body language. Do you see these birds up above your head? There's a battle going on there, too. There has been a battle, an adventure of battle that has been taking place high above you and also right where you sit. Those are the words I'm hearing. Right where you're sitting. With someone that you do not feel trust. You have concerns. You don't know if you can trust the people around you, perhaps. It may be one person or it may be a general feeling that you have. This is because this now has moved from this level into the first position on the spirit realm, the soul journey. I believe the message that, again, it's coming through in all these ways. This has been lifted up and it is really moving off now. It is transforming. And it is the adventure of this battle with yourself and with those around you and with the situation you were thrust into that has brought this transformation. So let's see what the message... Yeah, look at that. Okay, I'm just going to... give me a moment. These two things go together, okay? I'm going to see if I can get the camera to scroll in on that. Yeah, it's not quite in the right position. All right. This card is the Imaginer, okay? The Imaginer, do you see how deep? Diving deep into the ocean. Being carried under the immense guidance deep into the ocean of the universe. That's where you have been through the adventure of this battle. There are several messages about this, okay? One is you have had, and you continue to have, a sacred vessel to carry you across on this journey as you finish. You're coming to, a little bit more stable. Do you see? Look at that. It's kind of blowing my mind, honestly. Do you see how nobody in this one, you have come away from that place because of your dive into the depths of knowledge in a very sacred way. Deep out, suspended into the universe on your entire journey. So you have this vessel at your disposal, but you don't need it anymore. That's the message I'm getting. This card also indicates some journeying through the seasons of, or not the seasons, pardon me, through the waxing and waning of the moon. There are apertures that open and close. The reason these two, reflect each other, the message is wanting to be very clear from the spiritual realm that in this way you go forward. This has been your bridge. There was definitely something that opened, some energy that came. Perhaps you had your own visions. This is about self-realization in a very deep and powerful way. And you may have the ability to have your own dreams and visions now. You may have seen something in the night while you were asleep or something came. Please message me and let me know. I'm curious to know about this. You are on a new journey with the augury of the knowledge that you have gained, not just in this moment of the eclipse, but because of where you have been. That's why they are aligned this way. That's why this comes first, right? You've been on this quest of battle. reaching all these places where you thought there was no hope. And once you got there, once you surrendered, oh, that's part of the message. Okay, I'm getting the word surrender. So you had to go through this battle in order to surrender and regain and be able and willing to take up the knowledge that was meant for you. That's what the journey was about. Through the adventure of this battle. Okay? And you are being instructed to remain in this place now that you have arrived there. Let yourself stay deep, very deep. You are going to continue to go about your day-to-day life from this new set point. But the message is, please stay in these deep places and understand the meaning here. Do you see this line? The soul journey, the augury of knowledge, through an adventure of battle, in order to imagine what is possible in your life going forward. Okay? Don't sink back into hopelessness or being overwhelmed by tasks or allowing the external world to have this much influence on you. That's over. It's time for that to be over. Okay? Do you see this? This is the balancer of harmony. It is the Justice card. The balancer of harmony does its work, again, from across the veil, deep out in the universe, spinning, if you will, turning the wheels of justice for you. And that is the outcome of the spirit journey. So rather than sending you on a new quest, this is, as I suspected, this is a message of acknowledgement and thanks and encouragement, because this is your new set point. Okay? So let's see what the outcome is now as you go forward. There. Okay. This is so inspiring, Capricorn. You are engaging. It is true. Do you see this? Spirit's telling me do this. With this new knowledge, you have already progressed. Once you stepped through this portal, this is a beginning point, a number 1 card. And here you are, having progressed already, making progress on this pathway, because this card is the courtship of knowledge. Do you see this? You are really touching the divine. You've had this incredible adventure. And in this place, I'm just going to move this apart for a minute. Look at the power of this line. The things around it are just, they're describers, really descriptions and acknowledgments of what has been happening. And the journey, the deep journey. Do you see the depth of this journey in all of these places? You've been very deep. And you've come back to the surface in a way that's very strong. With a new set point, a new kind of knowledge inside of you. That, do you see how this woman is looking directly at the King of Knowledge? This a sacred being, she has brought to you some knowledge. And you are sitting very firm in it now. And it is helping you solidify your skills on the human level. And now you are having a new courtship. There is not a new adventure for you. There's no more test, at least this month. You're just being acknowledged that you are in direct communication inside of yourself in a very sacred way. Do you see the energy, the light in this card, the golden light in which you are bathed? And you are sitting on this spot on your knees, having come to some realization and having been in touch with the sacred realm through this journey you had. You are offering gifts and you're thankful, and you see the fire. Your fire is returning and you're activated. Look at that. The activation of this person. It's really beautiful. So Capricorn, thank you. Thank you for listening to me go on and on. I'm looking forward to seeing you next month. if you feel so inclined, please put some messages on the thread below the video. I'd like to know what you're doing and how you see this journey you've been on at this point. I'll look forward to seeing you next month. Thank you so much for everything you have been doing and for stopping by the channel.